You want to know what's crazy, man? GM got it right with the 6th gen Camaro. They was cooking. The 6th gen started out strong. 2016, 2017, 2018. 6th gen Camaros was doing 5th gen numbers, 16 through 18. But 2019, things started going downhill. On top of General Motors gearing up for the debut of the C8 Corvettes. So, General Motors seen that the Camaro was failing. They did absolutely nothing to stop that. Yes, the 10 speed was cool, but where was the power increase behind that? Where was it? So the 10 speed was pretty useless. The Camaro stayed at 455 horsepower to the day it was discontinued. The ZL1 stayed at 650 horsepower, while the Hellcat jumped so many numbers. The ZL1 stayed at 650. Hell, even the Mustang, the Dark Horse, 500 horsepower. Or I think the S650, what are they, 480 horsepower? They got a whole new platform, the Gen 4 Coyote. It's no reason why General Motors is still on the Gen 5 LT1. It's no excuse for that. And I'm not mentioning COVID or the inflation, the market increase. I'm not mentioning that because that was going to happen regardless. But truth be told, man, marketing also played a big part. Better marketing could have saved the 6th gen Camaro as well, even during the inflation, the COVID, and all that. Because, like I said, Mopars, Corvettes, Mustangs was still selling. It just, GM just gave up on the Camaro. Now, as far as the Camaro goes, we all know the 1st gen Camaro was the blueprint for the 5th gen Camaro. We know that. Cool. So, hear me out on this one. I feel like with the 6th gen Camaro, GM should have took a page out of the 5th gen Camaro book, but instead of using the Gen 1 Camaro, GM should have utilized the Gen 3 Camaro. Absolutely. Imagine the 6th gen Camaro being based off the 3rd gen Camaro. Now, me, I feel like this could have saved the Camaro in a sense. Absolutely could have saved Camaro. It definitely would have bought them out some time to figure out what to do with the Camaro. Now, I absolutely feel like the 3rd gen could have been perfect for a 6th gen remake. This also could have been an excuse to bring back the IROC Z. Because if you remember a few years back, there was a 6th gen IROC Z Camaro that was built. And this is what it looked like in the front. Now, GM did not build this car. This car was built by a shop, but this was absolutely paying homage to the IROC Z. Again, the 3rd gen Camaro used as the foundation for the 6th gen Camaro. Well, since the 6th gen Camaro is no longer, this should absolutely be the blueprint and the foundation for the 7th gen Camaro. Because mind you, the retro look is kind of played out now. The 5th gen had the 69 1st gen. So I feel like they pretty much milk the Gen 1 Camaro at this point with the 5th gen. It's time to use another platform. So I feel like the 3rd gen Camaro will be the perfect candidate. So realistically speaking, we know the Camaro go come back in the future. They discontinued in 2002, came back in 2009 with the 5th gen. So they left again in 2024. They go come back again in the future. We just pray it don't come back as an EV. But this go around, hoping the GM gets it right. All we can do is just cross our fingers and hope and pray that they get it together. Because technically, they had it right with the 6th gen Camaro. They just gave up on it too soon. They gave up on it too soon. And with all the focus, attention, and energy going to the Corvette, that only made things worse.